Hello, everyone, to our 2022 wrap-up. Let's see what happened to Funderbeam this year, what products were developed, and what are the plans for next year, because you probably haven't yet seen our new product private market, which we will be very happy to present today. But today we have a plan or agenda with Kaidi Ruusalepp, our founder, starting about the last year, what is to be expected next year. Then our COO of Funderbeam, Monika, will tell you more about our product offering, which means what is the current products Funderbeam, in what we believe in, as well as Ollie Harris, our Managing Director of UK, will share with you the private markets overview, and you will see the brand new video of private markets, which means today it's all about the future and a little bit about how the year 2022 was for Funderbeam. So Kaidi, welcome.
Thank you. Thank you very much, and good afternoon, good evening, Funderbeam friends and partners and investors. There are a couple of technical asks from you. I would kindly ask, and we will kindly ask you to mute or cameras, because you on the other side, everybody else in this call will hear you. So, and when you would like to ask something, there's a chat button, so you are always free to, and you are very welcome to ask the questions. And I would also like to thank everybody who sent us the questions and the comments you would like to address us today. So based on your questions and based on your concerns, also we prepared the materials today. So let's go on. And first we look back to 2022 and we also look into 2023. Right. Let's look into the investing landscape. And those who would like to see more and read more and understand what is going on in European tech venture landscape, please Google Atomico European Tech Report. They released it last week, and it gives you the full overview about European founders, the balance between the founders, industries, the capital invested, the size of the capital, and predictions both from the angel investors and VCs to European tech scene for 2023. But when we look at the numbers and the doubts about what is happening in early stage and angel investments, and do investors and do actually angel investors keep investing in this crazy 2022, then you can see the quarter one, quarter two, quarter three, it's almost equal to the size of investments in 2021, and 2021 was by far the best startup investment year ever. And I picked the investments at the size 2 million and less, because this is the sweet spot of angel investors, sophisticated investor groups, and the groups what Funderbeam has been serving so far. Please also remember that, or when you look at the graph, these are the first quarters of 2022, more to be added by the end of the year. So angels keep investing. And like the report also said, predicting 2023, there was a nice line: angels keep calm and keep investing. The same time, when we look at the public markets, we look at the IPOs and initial public offering, and when we look at the size of the IPO markets, not only in Europe, but also in US, I don't need to explain the graph. And the public funding is also very much related to the mood of the retail investors. So 2022 year to date, which is the end of October, the graph explains itself. Now, what is the total addressable market of Funderbeam and the solution what Funderbeam provides and the group of investors we serve? The other very good like a report, what you could go and Google, it's the European Angel Investing in 2022, and it's a report provided by European Business Angel Network and Deerum together. And year to date, which is the mid October this year, our total addressable markets is close to 10 billion. So these are the early stage in VCs, early stage investments and angel investments, which have gone into the startup companies and into the tech companies. So the numbers are growing. How can we serve the numbers? And when we look, what are the assets what Funderbeam has, then we have in the group three type of assets. First, underneath of all the assets, we have the infrastructure, and what we call it the infrastructure. But it is our technology, it is our flows, it's our processes, our regulation, and our licenses. So we built the machine and we built the tool to serve private investments. We do have the private markets, and private market is the service to serve early stage companies and early stage investor networks. This means private syndication and private secondaries. And then we also have the marketplace, and marketplace is about trading and listing private companies. So the question for us is, how can we take what we've already built and how can we scale it to the numbers what we've seen and what you've seen on this slides. And that's how the private market as a concept was born, is that we enable private investor groups, we enable angel investor groups, we enable smaller VCs to use our infrastructure to operate their own private syndicates and their own private investments. We can scale the technology, we can enter into the software as a service markets. And when companies are nurtured by the professional angel investors, by the sophisticated angel investor networks, this means that more mature companies will be introduced into the marketplace to be listed and to be traded. More mature companies, meaning sizable market growth, meaning larger stakes to be traded on the markets, and also larger investors investing and to be interested into the marketplace. So do we care about, or do we care about retail investors? Yes, we do. What we want to achieve, we want to introduce more mature marketplace. Will it happen in Q1 2023? No, it won't. Will it happen in the end of 2023? Most probably not. But this is what startup investments are. It's about investing. It's about investing long term. It is the patience. So startup investments, yes, they are the riskiest investments and the riskiest asset class, but it also requires a lot of patience to invest in tech companies. And what we aim to do is we aim to introduce mature and grown companies to the marketplace. And that is already written in Funderbeam numbers, because since the end of Q1, Q2, we started piloting private syndications to the professional investors, to more sophisticated angel investors. And this balance between sophisticated or professional investors versus the everyday investors is growing. And the same on our marketplace is that more than 40% of the trades, and mainly the buy side, are introduced by the sophisticated investor. So what's next? 2023. First of all, Europe will introduce crowdfunding regulation. And the crowdfunding regulation means that everybody who offers investments into private companies less than 5 million euros or more, limitation on top of that, need to go and get the crowdfunding license or need to comply with the regulation. This means that all angel networks that so far have been operated without the license now need to somehow comply to the new regulation or find a solution or infrastructure to serve them. And we have it. Secondly, software as a service. So when you operate already the marketplace and the service that provides this solution to the clients of Funderbeam, why can't we scale it? Yes, we can scale it. We will also see the network effect so that the private networks will start sharing the deals among each other, introduce the deals to the markets, and invite investors outside. Companies can use the private fundraising tool for their sake. So they can apply for the private funding, they can use the funding solution to attract their investors. And we are also very happy to introduce companies to the private investor networks. That includes the companies that Funderbeam already serves. And I've been talking about more mature listings. Once companies are grown and supported by this sophisticated investor networks, we will see companies in the main markets. And the last but not the least one, we've already seen that our private market solution has attracted interest in the institutional clients. So once there's the interest, there's the solution, and there's the business. And when we look Funderbeam on the longer term, and that has been our roadmap. So we do have technology infrastructure licenses and product is validated. We know how to grow it and how to scale the technology. We have introduced private market service for private investor networks. And now what lies ahead is to validate and pilot how this private market works for the institutional clients, to introduce network synergies. We have the data, and then we have the new private exchange in place. All the decisions, obviously, when you do it as an entrepreneur, you do it in the sake of the growth, you do it in the sake of scalability and sake of the clients and investors. We have been discussing and brainstorming it with our large shareholders and shareholders who have been going through 3 dot-coms and based on market trends, based on the numbers, based on what we have, these decisions were made. You are welcome to ask questions. During the event, we will have the QA opened later, but now we will give the floor to Monika. Monika, what do we do?
Hello. Thank you, Jaanika and Kaidi, for the introduction. And also, I welcome everyone from my side for joining our meeting today. Thank you for your support and feedback during this year. This has helped us to constantly improve the platform and services over the years. We appreciate it. I would start by highlighting that one of the strongest assets that Funderbeam has obtained during the years is the investment service licenses from our regulators that allow us to be trusted by clients to whom we sell our products and services. Our regulated entities, Funderbeam Markets AS and Funderbeam Markets Limited, have investment firm licenses that allow us to offer fundraising services and custody services and facilitate transaction settlement and clearance. Our clients can be assured that their investments are protected, and our priority will continue to be take care of them. In 2022, we developed and improved different functionalities based on investors and companies' feedback. We have opened new markets, improved reporting, made enhancements to the dashboard and portfolio views that our clients are using every day, organized roundtables for companies, and it is really, really good to see that it has been appreciated by them. Those changes that we have made had an impact on all our client segments. Companies who have been fundraising, existing companies on our marketplace, and of course, the investors. The list you can see is not the full range of things done. There are a lot of other smaller improvements that have made our products and services smoother. And we keep on developing on the marketplace different functionalities and services also in 2023. Where exactly will Funderbeam focus in 2023? As we have communicated in our platform updates, reports, and discussion, our focus has drifted from public fundraisings to private offerings. As the economic environment has drastically changed, we also needed to change and adjust to the new environment. So we started to develop further our private fundraising and syndication functionality. Seeing the demand from the angel networks and VCs, it made sense. We already have the first networks and companies using our private solutions, including 6 syndicates of SBAN and private market pilot for them. In 2023, we believe, based on the feedback and market statistics, it makes sense for Funderbeam to prioritize our private market solution that we have built for networks. Besides that, we will also accept and aim to bring more companies to our marketplace by doing public listing or private listing for companies who are searching for liquidity for the employee, investor, or founder shares. With listings, we will be bringing more liquidity to the marketplace, and also with more mature companies, we build a stronger marketplace. We will keep nurturing and supporting also our existing companies, and we will develop the marketplace further based on your requirements, investor requirements. As I mentioned in the beginning, one of our assets is our licenses, which ensure that our services are reliable and trusted. It is also in 2023 for us as a priority that we keep an eye on regulatory environment and changes, and we act if required. Once again, thank you for listening and thinking along with us. I will give now word over to Oli Harris, who is our Managing Director of UK, and he will be giving you insights and doing small introduction about private market products and partnerships.
Thanks, Monika and Kaidi and Jannika for the intro. So Kaidi actually put quite a lot of info around why and what the private market product is, but I'm going to try and share my screen with you, and I hope you can see that. And I'll add a bit more color to it and give you maybe some feedback and some of the kind of key functions of the private market and why people have told me they are keen to use it. So hopefully no technical issues here. So our private market is essentially built on the infrastructure and the licenses and regulations that are marketplace provides. So the Funderbeam public marketplace, under those auspices, we can operate these private markets for individual networks, whether it be angel networks, VCs, accelerators, incubators, you name it, they can use it. And in that, in this model, the network can have a branded private market, for example, angelnetwork.funderbeam.com. And within that, they can invite their network members to see new syndicates, to see secondary deals, and so on and so forth. So really, it's an all-encompassing market for them to do new funding rounds, to list existing investments for trading and custody. And the kind of exciting thing for me, or one of the exciting things for me, is the way that the network administrators can invite other investors and other networks into individual deals, and indeed into the network as a whole. So for example, you may have an accelerator that every year runs a cohort of X number of syndicates. Over time, they build up their network of investors and people they know who can all be invited into this private market, so that when the cohorts are ready to start raising funds, they can launch their funding rounds or their new syndicates inside the private market. And those investors and those known to the network are already there, seeing the deals first before anyone else. So it's pretty obvious then that the option of liquidity is has always been our biggest USP. And it's something that we get asked about a lot here in the UK, especially at the end of EIS and SEIS schemes. What can we do with regards to exiting our investments? And of course, the option at the moment is a very manually intensive thing. You've got to phone people, email people, and see if anyone wants to buy your investment. Otherwise, it's quite hard to get out. We are hopefully providing quite a neat solution for that, in that there's already a ready network of people already invested in the same deal as you, who might be willing to trade with you. And of course, we have the unique tech that provides us with the 24/7, 365 days a year, full and partial auto matching for trades. And this is not least by any stretch, but for the company and the network, the benefit of the corporate governance, the reporting tools, the voting tools, discussion boards, and so on and so forth on the platform is a real plus. So again, all within the private market that's available. So why do people why have they given me the good feedback? I'll give you some specific examples in a minute, but having a licensed and regulated, secure space in which to carry out funding rounds is something that provides great comfort to many networks, and will provide more going forward, as mentioned already by Kaidi and Monika. We're extremely proud of the licenses and regulations that we've earned and adhere to, and it's something that going forward I think will be appreciated by others even more than it is today. As with our public fundraising product, everything's done online, and we know that the administrative burden of completing a funding round for angel networks can vary. There are a number of different types of angel network and accelerator, and they all are structured differently, but syndicating deals with lots of different people is something that we're extremely good at, and it's something that we've been practicing for a while with investors on the platform from over 130 countries. So we have the experience from our public funding rounds that we're now putting into the private markets product. And specifically, I keep getting asked about how have we tested the market on this? What have we been doing? And really for the last 4 to 5 months, we've been, what I would say is in a heavy build process. We have been servicing clients, we have been piloting, but we've also been refining, and I myself have spent a lot of time talking to people as to what they want, what they need, what's going to help them going forward. So this is not the most creative slide, so I apologize, it's just text, but these are genuine pieces of feedback. Obviously, I can't name who these people are for obvious reasons, but they're all genuine, and just to run through them quickly. So one thing that I know excited this particular angel network was the idea of having a number of their investments, or even all of them, including existing investments, in one space. So if possible, if it's doable for us, which in the majority of cases it is, we can take custody of existing investments, and those investments can then be listed for trading or just simply for custody. And at the same time, of course, in the market, syndicating new rounds. So for a small angel network, this might be something that's extremely attractive, because if you've only got 20 to 30 members, they can see everything in one place. They've all got their individual wallets and so on and so forth. The next one was something that we kind of knew about, but it's actually been said to me more than once now, that providing investors with the liquidity is a unique selling point when they're recruiting members to their networks. So there's a lot of competition, I guess, for especially here in the UK in regional hubs for angel investors, and to want to join a network, there's normally, there's some sell required from the network. The idea that they can have liquidity on their investments as well as the day-to-day trading is something that apparently will help attract new members. So that's good for us. As I mentioned before, the syndication of a deal with people who live in different parts of the world is a major headache on admin teams, especially in larger angel networks. This was from one of the larger European angel networks who have a diaspora of investors all over the world. And really, Funderbeam provides a kind of, not a unique solution, but a trusted solution. And it's what we're known for. So we are really happy to help angel networks solve that pain point. And that's really what all products are about, right? Is solving a pain point somewhere along the way, which is why we've developed it as we have. And the deal sharing, particularly, this kind of is my thing. I can geek out and talk about this all day, but I'll try not to. But we had even a case, or two cases, in fact, this week, where we were approached by one institutional client and one angel client with the idea of setting up a co-invest deal privately, but who could we introduce a portion of the deal to, and so on and so forth. Well, if networks can do this on their own, let's take the example of an angel network that specializes in medtech or something similar, and they have filled 75% of a round with the company, and they would like to offer the other 25% to medtech specific audience or another angel group or VC or whatever in that space, then that's what can be done with our private market product. And there's huge mileage in that for me. That's for VC top-ups, angel co-sharing, co-investors, co-invest with angels and VC and so on. So there's a lot of opportunities there. And of course, the main thing, I guess, from a day-to-day point of view, is that as the angel network specifically grow, there's more admin, which means employing someone or people or having a team. And all of a sudden, this thing that maybe started out as an investment club, as a kind of non-profit, but exciting thing, suddenly becomes quite a burden in terms of admin, because each person you add to a deal, of course, there's the paperwork and all of that stuff. So that is a clear and obvious pain point that we're solving for networks there. So I took this last slide because I've got that just tells me to stop, really. I do like to talk about it, so please email me there at ollie.harris@funderbeam.com, and I'll speak with you if you've got any other questions, ideas, suggestions, or whatever. And thanks very much. I hope that's helped put a bit of color around it.
Funderbeam is a global investing and trading platform offering unique liquidity for investors and providing companies access to capital and tools that simplify corporate actions. Funderbeam enables VCs and investor networks to provide their companies with a private and secure space on the Funderbeam platform for running private syndications and secondary deals. Reduce time and admin costs by managing all your deals from start to finish in one online location. Our technology allows companies to offer investment opportunities to your network members, and our legal framework eliminates the need to set up and administer the deals yourself. Enjoy a single online location for investment offers, indications, allocations, processing, transfers of funds, and reporting. We perform industry-standard KYC and due diligence on investors and the issuer, taking care of investor onboarding and cross-border transaction handling. The private market is private by default. Deals on the private market are not available to everyone. Companies can present their investment offers to your network members as well as invite outside investors to participate on a per-deal basis. Our technology enables you to offer investors the unique option of liquidity via trading on our Singapore-regulated marketplace, open 24/7, 365, with instant settlement and automation. The Funderbeam marketplace is a fully licensed and regulated exchange. Quality corporate action is easy with our inbuilt tools, from information sharing via updates and standardized financial report templates to giving each shareholder a voice with a voting tool and discussion boards, among other features. Companies can future-proof their investor relations and future funding rounds. Investors can gain exclusive access to new deals whilst managing their entire portfolio in one place. Networks can share investment opportunities within a private space. To find out more about private market and its features, let us show you how it works by booking a demo at funderbeam.com.